Kris Krohn here with Limitless TV, and today we're going to be talking about your children. How do you actually help teach your kids positive self-talk in a polarizing world where they're subject to learning about the positive and the negative, and they don't know how to tell the left from the right? We're going to empower you on exactly how to do it with 4 strategies today. All right, parents, today we are talking about brainwashing, right? Because let's be honest, parents, what are we really doing? We are brainwashing our children. And the problem with children is they're not old enough with their undeveloped minds to have set up all their filters. To be honest, some of you adults watching this video, myself included, we don't always have our filters in place. Children are super impressionable, which means that they soak everything in. Right now, your optic nerves are taking in every second 2 million bits of information, but you can only consciously process 40 of them. Just think about that. It's like it's like the elephant and the ant. The elephant is the powerhouse of this mind, the subconscious, and the ant represents what small little bit we can consciously compute. Well, you take a child and they're allowing everything to come in. So by the way, mom and dad, when you're fighting, guess what? Your kids not only know it, but they're actually reading body language, the energy, and they're sucking in all this information, and they're struggling to interpret and understand their world. Now, no matter how good of a parent you are, no matter how conscious, if you've got PhDs in parenting, the reality is your child is going to get screwed up, just like you did in childhood and just like I did in childhood, because it's part of a great divine plan, I believe. And the plan is, with an undeveloped mind, we're going to misinterpret what we see. Have you noticed it as a parent that there are times when you even say something positive to your child and in turn they interpret it negatively? That's because there's a lot of influences at work beyond you. We got the television and the media. We've school and we got friends. We got enemies. They got people all around them, and they're interpreting their world based on feelings as well as what they're hearing. And the reality is that as parents, when children are small, we have to say no a lot. And it programs a very negative self-talk mindset for a child. By the time your child is 16, from you and the rest of the world, they've heard no, can't, don't, shouldn't over 60,000 times. 60,000 times. What's that going to, that's like torture training and brainwashing to say, I can't do anything. I can't shoot for the stars. I can't get good grades in this. I can't do that. No, so-and-so will never like me. And that's the world that our kids live in. So there's got to be something we can do as parents to combat that, especially as they get older and we're trying to bond with them and train them and teach them. And today I'm going to share with you some very specific rules of what I do every single day with my children so that I'm teaching them correct principles and we're teaching them positive self-talk. Here are my 4 strategies for teaching your children positive self-talk. Write these down. Number 1, teach character. Every morning I sit at the breakfast table and I get a chance to sit down with my children, and we'll either be studying scriptures, ancient Christian texts, we're reading good books, and what we're doing is we're extracting good principles and characteristic traits of people who are happy, healthy, successful, and creating the life that they want.
Are we better than, if we judge people and we call some people pretty and some people ugly? Let me ask you, is that prideful?
Yes.
It is prideful, but let me ask you, are all people equal?
No. Well, yes.
Are all people beautiful?
Yes.
Are all people smart?
Yes.
We have different gifts, we have different talents, we have different abilities, right?
Yes.
And so it's our responsibility to see people and love people the way God does, right? So let me ask you, if someone's mean to you, do we get to be mean back to them?
No.
No, because being mean could also be seen as prideful, right? What about strangers?
Yeah.
Can we even love strangers? Okay.
Number 2, your kids need breakthrough. And it's something simple and it's something you can do. Notice that when your child gets into crisis mode, that is not the time to teach them. Have you ever tried to put a child in crisis mode in timeout? Have you ever tried to punish them or initiate the consequence while they're, ah! It doesn't work very well. So what you get to do is you get to learn to help the child calm down, ride out that period of time where the crisis will come down, they'll come back to normal, and that's the time to have a conversation. And this is where I'll do breakthrough. 3 simple steps. Wow, Tell me what you think the limiting belief was behind what happened there. And I'm going to teach my children to be emotionally intelligent and intellectually intelligent with this question of finding the limiting belief. Well, so-and-so shouldn't hurt me. Danny shouldn't bite me. I'm angry that they didn't want to play with me, right? The second thing I'm going to ask is, what's the consequence of thinking that way? Do you like being that way? And they're going to explore it. They're going to say, actually, I don't, because I was sad and I don't like the way I felt. And then I'm going to get to question 3, which is, what do you want to believe instead? And that's where we're going to find a new belief. And we're going to go from so-and-so shouldn't bite me to I honor and respect others in the way that I teach them. Doing that belief breakthrough with the child is a very simple conversation. If you want to get proactive and do it outside of crisis mode, short little bonus here, then get on the terms of your child. Find out what they like doing. My daughter loves creating jewelry. So I'm going to sit down and I'm going to watch her, or I'm going to make some jewelry with her, and then we're going to get into a conversation. My little boy Daniel, I get to wrestle him before we engage in those kind of conversations. Get on the terms with your child. If you got a bigger kid, a teenager, where do they like to be? What do they want to do? So you can get relatable with them. Okay, my third strategy for teaching children positive self-talk. I love my life.
I love my life.
Wait, I didn't hear you. What'd you say?
I love my life.
And I love school.
I love school.
I listen to my teachers.
I listen to my teachers.
I make good choices.
I make good choices.
I'm in charge of my feelings.
I'm in charge of my feelings.
I can choose happy,
I can choose happy,
or I can choose sad.
or I can choose sad.
Sometimes people are mean.
Sometimes people are mean.
Sometimes I'm mean.
Sometimes I'm mean.
But then I can choose to be nice.
Then I can choose to be nice.
And if someone's mean to me,
If someone's mean to me,
I can still be nice to them.
I can still be nice to them.
Because I love my life.
I love my life.
And I am limitless.
I am limitless.
We're going to put our hands in and do Krohn's Make Good Choices. Ready? Krohn's Make Good Choices. Isn't that fun? We do that every single day, often morning and night, and especially when we're talking about school and being smart and intelligent, or maybe there was a challenge that one of my children was facing, and we're going to use it as a group opportunity. And am I brainwashing my children? Shamelessly, absolutely. Parents, what do you think you're there to do? You get to take the best you know in you, and you get to help bring and raise them up in the best way possible. My fourth strategy for teaching your children positive self-talk is perhaps one of the most important. It's to find the calm moments to see the greatness in your children. They're looking for time with you. They're looking for validation. They're looking for security. Especially when I tuck my girls in at night, my boys. I'll crawl up in their bed, or I'll get next to them, I'll snuggle up, and then I'm going to look in their eyes and let that residue, that stillness set in. And then I'm going to speak to them the greatness that I see in them. To my daughter, Lease, you are a natural leader. People look up to you. You're someone that we want to follow. You're good at making good choices. To my daughter, Olivia, who's a healer, you're such an incredible healer. I loved your soft art and the way that you are. I love the pictures that you draw. You're so good at peacemaking and helping people feel comfortable. To my Daniel boy, Daniel, you are such a warrior. The greatness I see in you is that you know how to pull together all your incredible energy, and you know how to fight, and you know how to play, and you know how to make good choices. And to my son Kaiser, you're a brilliant builder. You're so incredible at constructing things and building things and coloring pictures, and you do a really good job listening to your teacher and following instructions. If we can just slow down time to get present and connect with our children, let them feel your heart, let them feel your love, because they don't want to learn from someone that has the right answers. They want to learn from someone who sees them and from someone who loves them, someone they can trust to reassure them. In those brief healing moments, you're teaching your children some of the best ways of being a human. I sure hope you enjoyed today's video. I personally take it right to my heart because I got 4 little kids, as you've seen, and it's important for me to do the best that I can at this time in their life. And you should check out the link below and request some information on our children's events, because while we've got Limitless for adults and age 16 on up, we also put on regular youth events to help your children master the conversation of choice and self-talk.